Welcome to day 3 of pouring concrete. Come join me and let me show you what I'm looking at today. Welcome to day 3 where they're pouring a 8-inch flooring on top of our 22,000-gallon cistern. And I wanted to point out a lot of details here that I don't always see with concrete pours in Roatan, Honduras. How all of this rebar was tied in, also supported. Now all of that wood was removed once they started to pour concrete, but all of that attention to detail, it actually took these guys 3 days doing all of this work, and I see it more often than not being skipped, so I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. And then you can also see the care that they're taking with all of the piping that is coming out of the floor. And this is actually this is the central support beam for the entire house, so that is an additional detail I rarely see in homes being built in Roatan, even though this is a 800 square foot footprint, 1,600 square foot house, so not a large house, but they still had that attention to detail for that initial support beam. And then I also wanted to talk about all the pipes. Well, all the pipes are being encased right now, so they are taking special attention to make sure none of those pipes get cracked. As someone that had a cracked pipe in concrete, it took a very, very long time and a lot of expense and a jackhammer to try to figure out where on earth that pipe was cracked, and it ended up being a nail just from some sloppy work. So these guys had a lot of attention to detail. You can see the white pipes are plumbing, the gray are actually electrical pipes, and they are taking extra care to make sure nothing happens to those pipes, because that'll end up being a bad day. And I have a YouTube video about that from about 2 years ago, and it was not fun. And they're also using a vibrator today with the concrete that they did not use they did not need to use it the other day, but today they are using that vibrator to make sure they're getting any of those extra air pockets out. And I wanted to show more of the detail with all the plumbing and the piping right there. And then they even have the crew just standing there watching, making sure that nothing is getting damaged and those pipes are fully supported. It's those little things that are so very important with this project. So this is actually, it was 3 trucks today. This is now truck 2. So we are using a good bit of, I think 7 yards of concrete today. And we are pouring 8 inches. I'd say typically people use between 4 and 6. 4 is the standard in the US, or at least for driveways and things of that nature. We are making it a little bit thicker just because we have, it's the cistern, and we want to create more of a moisture barrier so we don't have moisture coming into the house. So we will be doing an extra step after this pour is done to seal it and make sure that none of that moisture from the water gets into the house, because that would end up being a bad day also. So this team, it was about 10 guys. They worked for about 3 hours pouring this floor, and they knew we were watching, but they did a great job leveling everything out. I've not seen too many. They spent probably an hour just leveling out the unit or the floor, which was really nice to see, and I don't see that that often on this island. So it was so great to see so much attention to detail with that. And you can see right there, now they're going to give that about an hour, and they're actually going to use a scraper to make sure everything is level, but they're letting it set a little bit longer before they do that, and that is about an hour. So now we are about on, this is second truck, about to go into our third truck. So they are finishing up, and the whole entire pour took about 3 hours. So very happy with that. And now they're starting framing actually the very next day. So look forward to the next couple videos. It's going to be great. Well, that's a wrap for today. So day 3, it is a total of 7 cement trucks that we use to pour a 22,000-gallon cistern, and now our flooring. And come join me, the next video will be flooring, where it gets super fun because it's really fast.